What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well today, and welcome to the final version of Moto 101. As you know, this is a project that I've been working on and off of now for the last couple of months. It is a real track based in Grantham in the UK, and big shout out to Moto 101 as well, and Ryan, the owner, for even allowing me to make this in game in the first place and bringing it for you all. Really cool when you see real life track owners get more excited on the social side of things, and not just being like older people that maybe they've had their track in the family for generations and they're not down with the youth, let's say. But it is finally time to get this out to all of you. It's going to be on the shop. I've gone through the whole process of becoming a vendor and getting it uploaded, and at the time of me recording this, it's currently sat in the pending section. So as and when it's all approved is probably the same time this video will go live. So if you go down to the description of this video, there should be a link to the track where you can go and get it for yourself. As I say, this took me a couple of months here. I want to give a big shout out to Kevin Foiler, who done a good 90% of the texturing on this. I changed some bits here and there, just depending on what track changes I made. I'd also want to thank Bradley Clay for allowing me to get multiple layouts. So you have one PKZ that you download, but you get the motocross track all timing up, and then you also get the arena cross track all timing up as well. So I wouldn't have been able to do that without him. Various people in the community for some assets, general earthworks for Discord questions overall and troubleshooting, and I'm very happy with it. Very pleased in the end. This is definitely something that I could spend the next year tweaking and adjusting constantly to try and get it perfect. But at the end of the day, I don't think anyone cares enough, and it's only something that I'd really notice anyway. So I'm happy with it in its current state, and I plan on taking a little bit of a break before making my next track at all, but I am open to suggestions. So what we're going to do is I'm going to spin a lap on both of the tracks, just so you guys get an idea of what's going on. And I'm actually on the Stark Varg today. Reason being is Moto 101 in real life offer people the opportunity to rent Vargs for the day. So whether it's your first time riding bikes or if you're very, very experienced, obviously the Varg is an easier bike to ride than normal geared bikes. You can hop on and give it a go and see if you like motocross overall. And they've got like a full-on shop here as well. You got like changing rooms and you can rent out gear, rent out bike, everything all sorted for the day. So very, very cool. But I guess it's an entry level for people getting into the sport. So that's why I'm riding the Varg today, just to show the track off a little bit. So without further ado, let's get into it and spin some laps. Now, I wanted to give a little bit of a pre-warning before my wheels ever set place on the track. I have no suspension for this Varg at all. I've literally just got the raw setup. I've slapped it on alpha mapping to see how it goes, and we're going to go from there. So there is one or two little rough, choppy sections of this track that I'll show you when we get to them. So just a word of warning if you see me suddenly get kicked side to side. But I'm very happy with how this track's all come out. You know, there's lots of stuff that I've had to replicate, like all the signs around here in the spectators area. I will take you down in a second where you join the track, but things like this as well with the little calf here. They got a full-on calf that goes on. Didn't want to go through the effort of trying to model the inside, so it's just all of the outside of it. Dropping down to here, this is your little shop on the left as well. And if we zoom all the way back over to where we join the track, right here as well, trying to replicate all of this. The game does get a little bit funky sometimes when it comes to intricate details. You saw like a tiny bit of flickering when I backed up a little bit further away from it, but it is what it is. I've just accepted it at this point. So we join the track, and it goes in this direction. And we're just going to, spin a lap or two, see how it goes. In terms of timing and everything like that, it's all up and working as it should do. This track doesn't do races in real life. It is purely a practice track. So there was no start gate area at all. So I've kind of made a little start gate area here just to my left on the infield on the track there. Just because of the width of it, I've had to do like a triple lineup. I didn't want to do or have an outdoors track where you can only have maybe 20 people or so. So I wanted to have, I think it's 36-ish, maybe, something like that in total on there. So you should be able to get some nice full lobbies on it. And we've got a little, it's not a Dragon's Back section as such, it's just an up and down roller section where if you know what you're doing in real life, you can get some doubles going. If you're like me, you just end up rolling the entire thing. And then you'll notice if you've ridden here in real life, which a whole bunch of you watching this definitely have done, been getting lots and lots of questions about when this will be done and when it was all fully released. You'll notice there'll be some differences here and there, just the way some of the ruts are in the corners. I know my GoPro specifically that I'd done riding here for the day, it wasn't the most rutted. There was maybe 2 at max in each corner. But for MX Bike's sake and making it as fun to ride in game as possible, you have to make things a little bit rougher and then also a little bit ruttier, just to give you some options in there. Otherwise, you'd probably hit maybe like 3 or 4 just flat corners in a row, and nobody wants to be doing that in MX Bikes. So it is what it is. I'm pretty confident all the cuts and stuff are working fine. I've made it so if you do miss any of the checkpoints, it's only a second of cuts, unless you become a very naughty boy, in which I'll show you something in a second next lap around. There's a big old double that you can do around a corner on this track, which I've extended the timing gates to allow you to do it, but only within reason. You have to still behave yourself. You can't cut out the entirety of the corner. So I'll show you that as we get there. It's just to my left here as we get around it. For the ruts, all these ruts are handmade in Photoshop. Just kind of drew them all with a paintbrush and then tried smoothing it all out. All of the bumps are done in Daylon Leveler. I just find that a much easier method for getting bumps that aren't quite as... what's the word? They're a lot more unique. They look a lot more natural. It doesn't look very man-made and all even and samey. And I am happy with it. It's hard getting the scaling right in MX Bikes, I've noticed, because a lot of these jumps, like the triple that I just hit back there, if you want to call it a triple, I was only just getting over in real life myself. Obviously in game, you can flatland it if you send it hard enough. This is a double I'm talking about, so you can send it from jump to jump, and I actually think I might have stayed within the timing gates there. So a little bit of a skill check for people. It enables the people that are a bit more fast at the game to be able to, I guess, spread out a little bit, because it's a very, very quick track. You can, I reckon the online races on here will be really, really close, like really hard to separate each other. But we'll see when I cross the line if it actually counted or not. But that jump around the corner that I've done there, halfway around that lap, is where if you cut it a bit too tight, you'll get 2 seconds worth of cuts rather than just the 1. And I feel like that's justified enough. I mean, there you go, that counted. So I'll do it again this next time round, but then really, really overdo it. And then hopefully you'll see that a lap time doesn't count and give you a big old slap on the wrist, and you have to behave yourself a little bit. It was quite a fun experience, kind of making all of this. I definitely think that custom tracks are a lot easier to make than replica tracks. A lot quicker as well. There's so many things I've had to make for this that I never would have had to make on any other track that I've done. Just things like the Marshall stands and the eye-track machines. If you don't know what these blue things are on the takeoff of each jump, this is like an automated flagging system in real life. So if someone crashes, let's say, on the back end of this jump, this will notice that and then pop up little yellow lights on it as well to let you know. So they haven't got to have actual flaggers anywhere around the track. So nice futuristic system they've got going on there, which some motocross tracks have, but really high-tech versions of it I don't think at many motocross tracks yet. So let me intentionally jump way too far off to the right here, so really far off to the right that side, and we'll see if it still counts this time. I'm hoping not. If it does, I might just have to make one minor tweak, because otherwise I can imagine people will scumbag it really, really hard. But we'll come around to the left here. You can send this table as far as you want and flatland it because it's on OEM bikes and it doesn't matter. Also here as well, this is this little bit on top of the berm here is intentional. So when you're riding and practicing, you can kind of pull up here, maybe talk to your friends, your family, whoever it may be. Maybe you're doing some suspension testing or something, so let them know what tweaks you want to be made, and then you carry on about your day. We've got the big famous Moto 101 sign here, very Hollywood-esque. And then up, scrub past the spectators over there on the right, round to the left, and will this lap time count? No, that is exactly what I want. That is perfect. So you can do that double around the corner. You just can't go to the extreme with it. You still have to hit it at a right way. Very excited to see what lap times he will come up with around here, because it will be very, very tight. It'll be really, really close indeed. I mean, the first track that I done, which was the Riverside MX track, any time that I'd do a stream and would throw the track up, there was a lot of people that were quicker than me at my own track. And it's always a very humbling experience doing that. But it's cool getting different people's opinions and perspectives on it as well, and just seeing what lines people can think of. But like for me, I'm quite heavy inside on a lot of these corners because it feels fast to me. But you never know, rut 2, 3 or 4 could end up being a little bit quicker. And I'll show you the way that you're meant to hit this. In real life, if you're me, you just roll and then you roll again, and then you roll again, because you're all four on a motorbike. However, the people that are semi-competent, they double to the inside just here, and then you single your way out. But as you know, I am a C-class rider at best. So there you go. That is the outdoors track, all said and done. And we're going to probably beeline my way over after this little Talladega corner here, all the way over to the arena cross track as well. So this arena cross track, I don't know off the top of my head what round or what the location of it, but the actual track itself here, I mean, this is here in real life, is a replica of the whatever's going to be the round 1 of the UK Arena Cross series. So it gives the Arena Cross boys a chance to rock up and practice before the actual season starts. And I believe they do allow average Joes on here on very select days, which is quite cool. Because, I mean, if you're from, it's probably a bit more common if you're from the US, but in the UK, the chance to ride an indoor style track is very few and far between. It's just not a commonality here at all. And if you do get those tracks, it's more for the big boys, the ones that know what they're doing. So for people like me, to be able to hop on and maybe give Arena Cross a go, really good stuff. Of course, I would just be rolling the whoops entirely, maybe a little double out the end of it here, and then maybe if I was feeling risky, a double out of a corner, for example, just like double, step on, would not be stepping off. I'd probably roll down, double into the corner here, and then whether I'd hit the finish line or jump, finish line jump or not, I don't know. It's just how high it sends you in real life is scary to me. Never been the most confident of jumpers, but it is what it is. And of course, this all has timing working for it as well, so pay no attention to the top left. It's still using the motocross track. The start gates on the Arena Cross is a double lineup. I think there's 22 people that starts here. So this first corner is going to be very, very manic. I am going to throw that out there. 22 people trying to get stopped into this shallow berm and then hitting a whoop section straight afterwards. It is what it is. I didn't really see any other places that would have worked for it. There's like extra fields over here, for example. Maybe I could have put it here and then looped across, but I wanted to keep the tracks as true to life as possible without adding extra bits onto the side at all. And I'm very happy with how it's come out. I really, really am. It never would have seen the light of day if it wasn't for people like Kevin, who done all the texturing for me, and then people like Bradley Clay, who's helping with the double layouts. So again, big shout-outs to those, and then everybody else along the way that's answered any silly little questions that I've had. Thank you again. It's really, really appreciated. And then thank you all of you for watching as well. And it's been a good motivator to get it finished, seeing people constantly asking when it's going to be done, because I've shown glimpses now and then on like streams, for example, or like at the beginning of a completely unrelated video. So to have it now finally done, it's a massive, massive weight lifted. And I'm just happy that I got it done before Christmas as well, because now I can just go enjoy Christmas and not really think about it. And then maybe when I come back home from visiting the family, maybe I can start on something else. We shall see. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. And again, the track will be in the description down below if you want to go and get it yourself. Of course, it's a massive support for me, anybody that goes out of their way to purchase it. The reason it is paid is purely because of how long it's taken. So many hours out of my life gone on this, and I know people will say, well, yeah, you chose to do that, which is absolutely fine. I know that is my choice at the end of the day, but I don't see anything wrong with wanting a little bit back from that. So thank you again, and hope you enjoy. Goodbye.
Lynn's in the zone, never backing down. Riding MX bikes, he's the talk of the town. 2022 champ with a YouTube crown. His game is tight, no signs of slowing down. Late nights, bright lights, he's chasing that fame in the digital arena. Writing his name, she's a 10 out of 10. Supporting his lane, hairline might receive, but his passion's the same.